Should America still care about Afghanistan? Is the United States about to be involved in an endless war? These questions and so many more will be discussed on this breaking news edition of Jump Off Live. My name is JD, and I'm joined by a few of the other members of Team Jump Off, namely Jeff A. Smith and one Mr. Johnny Dangerous. Let's get into this story that is, honestly, the biggest story that's going on in our world right now. Johnny Dangerous is a former military man. I guess you're never really a former military man.
Right.
Once a military man, always a military man.
For life.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what he has to say about it. But just to give a little bit of background, basically after 20 years, the Taliban has taken over Afghanistan once again. All the work that countless numbers of our troops, all the blood and the lives that have been lost seem to have gone for naught right now. The group has completed their shockingly rapid ascent to power in Afghanistan in a little over 2 months. And I mean, it was amazing that President Biden had spoke on how we were going to be pulling our troops out a few months back. And almost as soon as that started happening was when the Taliban, or at least the media makes it seem like that's when the Taliban started sliding in and trying to fill that sort of power vacuum that the United States had left behind. So needless to say, like I said, it's the biggest story that's going on in our world right now. And you definitely want to come to Jump Off Live to hear a discussion on it. So without any further ado, Johnny Dangerous, what do you think, man?
And what's up, fellas? What's up, everybody that's watching? Like JD said, I'm Johnny Dangerous, military or Air Force veteran. Was blessed to do 3 tours in the Middle East and make it back in one piece. Wow, man, it's big news right now going on with Afghanistan. And of course, anybody that's watching TV or even on the internet, it's the talk of the town. There's a lot of mixed feelings involved from the perceptions that I've gotten from people that are actively serving right now and people that have served. And I'm so glad that the Jump Off, JD and Jeff took the time out to really highlight exactly what's going on right now for this discussion. And so it brings me an honor to talk to you guys about it and just give you my perspective on what's occurring right now. Like JD said, within a 2-month time frame, the Taliban, who we've been fighting for decades, have had the ability to take back over the land that not only American troops have fought so hard to gain, but so many other countries as well, the United Nations, if you will, to gain all this ground. There's been almost 3,000 troops that have died in the Middle East and over 20,000 troops that have been injured over there. During my tenure of serving in my 3 tours, I did get to see a lot of the remnants, the outcome, the effects of the war that was going on a day-to-day basis. And I tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. And I first want to give a shout out to all the troops that are serving, that have served, whether you've been to the Middle East or not. It takes a certain type of person to put their lives on the line every day, to swear oath to defend this country and those who are connected to it, by putting their lives up in front of that. And so I want to give a shout out to everybody for that. Let's talk about some of the things that or some of the thoughts and feelings that people that have served and that are serving feel about this whole, Americans pulling back. For one, you serve in the military, you swear an oath, you're giving commands, you fulfill those commands, regardless of how you feel. You put your feelings to the side and you do what you're told to do, period. They train us to be that way. So there's a lot of troops that have gone to war going to Afghanistan. I got buddies, man, that have served 5 and 7 tours in the Middle East. And you do what you need to do to get home, to take care of your fellow soldier. A lot of troops didn't want to be there in the first place. They never wanted to go to war. And of course, we could talk about how the war began and who pushed the green button for troops to even have to be over there. You know, we can play the blame game with that. But a lot of troops didn't want to be there, but they went there and they hit the ground running. There's so much that has happened in this short period of time with troops pulling out. Troops are tired of fighting in the war, right? So a lot of them are glad that they were able to come home. Yeah, man, we're pulling out from this war. However, at the same time, there's a lot of troops, even, you know, you talk about old school veterans that fought in Vietnam, that look at it and like, man, you know, they know what it's like to actually fight in the war, gain territory and gain grounds and see their brothers and sisters die doing that. And then all of a sudden, those same grounds that they gain, it's almost like handing it back. It's like handing it right back to the Taliban. Like, yeah, we fought, we won, we've been winning, and you know, here. It's like capturing the flag and then handing the flag back over, if that makes sense. I've seen some video clips, some stuff that I find very disturbing, because not only does this affect the troops, but it even affects the Afghanis that are over there, the innocent Afghanis that are over there.
Yeah.
Once the Taliban start, you know, taking the territory back, a lot of Afghanis, including soldiers and civilians, were being killed.
Yeah.
They're being killed. They're fighting. They're running for their lives as American planes were taking off. I seen a video, like a C-5. There was a video of a C-5 taking off on the runway, and all these Afghani civilians were latching on to an aircraft.
I saw it too. That shows you the moment, the desperation of the moment.
Yeah. Dude, that blew my mind. It took me back. It almost felt like I was there and I could see that, and I knew I was going home, but I couldn't take these innocent people with me.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you get a lot of people that say, "Oh, you know, that's what it is. What it is. They're not American. They, you know, that's where they're from. You know, we can't bring them back." But man, just think about all the women, all the children. You know, men too, man. Just think about people. You know, the lives that they've established, the comfort, a little bit of comfort and solace that they felt by having American troops and all the foreign nations there helping them. Americans and the United Nations helped train the Afghani army. They helped train them to fight against Taliban. So when we pull back, it's like having your big brother, knowing that your big brother and your boys behind you, and you getting ready to throw down with some folks, and then you look back, all of a sudden they're walking away. They're walking away. So it's a lot of troops, a lot of people, a lot of civilians out there that my heart goes out to. I never thought I'd see people holding on to an aircraft. I mean, you know, they weren't going to make it up there anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't hold on to an aircraft, but they felt that they would be better off trying to hang on to this plane than stay in the land that they were born in, because they knew how fierce and terror and forceful the Taliban are. So it's sad, man. Needless to say, it is very sad. What also another aspect of it that is upsetting is that we didn't give enough time for people to depart. People that were part of the embassy and the United Nations, we just kind of like pulled out, man.
Yeah, they're kind of. I know there's like a handshake week deal where they're giving them a certain amount of time. Another, like, I don't know if it's another 10 days or what, but
right.
We can't expect them to abide by that. Like,
right. And I was gonna say that, and the Taliban are the gatekeepers right now. So they're you know, from what I've read, they've been a little bit not on the up and up with the rules and regulations for people being released.
Right.
So I can only imagine the horrors that, you know, that people are going through over there that may not be Afghan citizens and are trying to, you know, escape the country. I can't even imagine.
With no hope or no way of passage, you know, like, man, how do you escape? Where do you go? How do you get there? How do you take how do you take your family and loved ones? How do you pack up? You know, it's
Right.
man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. One thing that I saw that that stuck out to me that was, disheartening as well is a lot of the I was watching the press briefing yesterday where the Secretary of Defense, I believe, was talking, and or a national security advisor.
Mhm.
And he was talking about how, well, they were asking, so we provided a lot of with the training, provide a lot of weapons and military things to the Afghans,
Yes.
and now the Taliban has the Taliban has the majority of it now. And I'm like, wow, all that we gave them, and all they just came over there and just took it. Like all that, and I understand what you're saying, Johnny Dangerous. All the work put in is like it's for naught at this point.
Yeah, man.
One of the bigger questions I've been seeing circulating around too, and this is always an age-old question as it relates to the U.S. because we tend to try to. I know our motives sometimes are twofold. It's not we aren't always leading with trying to promote peace in the whole world everywhere, and that's it. There's usually some other ulterior motives as well too. But it's so hard to pick and choose because there's so many places in this world that are in dire straits, and it's so hard to pick and choose where we should help, how long we should help. You know what I mean?
How much we should help?
How much we should help. That's tough, man. That's like that's really tough. I akin it to having you have a big family and you see all this drama going on in different pockets of your family. You can't help the whole family at the same time, so you may go help this sibling for a couple years, and once you walk away, they go back to what they were before. But you got to go help the grandparents now, and it's like you stuck because you can't be in all places at once, and you're only able to really make an impact when you're there.
Absolutely.
And you can't. It's not a situation where you can teach them how to fish, so once you leave, they'll be okay. And I'm sure that's happened too across the world. I'm sure there's been times we've taught countries how to fish or taught certain regimes how to fish, and they've been okay when we left. But that's definitely not the case here. So that's a bitter pill to swallow and a tough decision to make. So,
yeah, and I think that gets back to the core of what our episode is about tonight, and that's asking the question: should the United States still care about Afghanistan? Should we still be the world police? Should we still be involved in all of these situations? Not just the situation that goes on or that's going on in Afghanistan, but we are involved in so many different situations across the world. Should we be world police? Should we care more about the situations and provide help for people here in our own country, which is a cry that I hear a lot of people say.
Age-old debate, man.
Yeah,
we got a lot of skeletons in the closet here. We need to clean up.
Right. Before we start policing the world, should we, worry about Chicago a little bit more?
Or are they mutually exclusive? Can we do both at the same time?
Can we do both? I mean, it's a lot of questions, and I hate to throw all of them at Johnny Dangerous, but
no, and we're not here to answer them all. We're not here to answer them all.
I mean, yes, he is though. Johnny Dangerous got all the answers. You didn't know?
Can we simultaneously save Afghanistan and the south and west sides of Chicago at the same damn time?
Right. I don't know which battle would be worse.
Oof. You ain't never lied about that, man.
Everything you guys bring up is extremely valid, and it's been a conversation that I personally had, particularly while serving in the military in the Middle East with other troops, and there's mixed feelings about it, with so much going on in America. Should we be using all these resources and money and lives and bodies to help and defend other nations? I think that decision was made for us a long time ago. A long time ago, America said, yeah, we'll help these foreign countries. I think once America decided to stick their nose in other countries' business, we assumed responsibility. We assumed the responsibility, to assist. And of course, I understand that there's limitations to all of that, but assuming that responsibility, I think everything needs to be done in the best of its ability and decently and in order. And pulling back in such a short period of time, withdrawing, especially when it's been a conversation that's been going on for years and years, I think
doing it ripping that Band-Aid off.
Right. You want to stitch it up a little bit, right? You want to instead of, you got, man, I think we have the responsibility of doing it decently and in order if we're going to do it. If we're going to do it, which we are doing it now, it should be done. And I'm sure it was done systematically to a degree, but America prides itself on our military and how we do things.
Oh,
how
yeah.
we go in and test stuff up,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And how we're able to basically capture the flag. America overall, I can say, looking at all the countries, we've been the best at it. We've been the best at it. That's why a lot of countries seek our opinion and our assistance. But man, just seeing all that's been going on and how people are being left basically in shambles, it's rough, man. It's very tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just going to say, I don't know if there's any silver lining. Well, there's some silver lines, people being able to come home and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It's bittersweet to say the least. It's oh man, like imagine, you coming home and you so happy to see your family and you can finally, kind of rekindle those connections and those relationships, and then you turn on CNN and you see people over there being terrorized. It's like,
right. It's definitely catch-22.
That's a literal survivor's guilt. You know what I'm saying, in a different way.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think us pulling out and the Taliban's, taking the land back, do you think that's going to strengthen them and actually maybe cause future issues for America and the United Nations that are actually bigger than what we've been fighting?
I'll let JD answer. I know.
Yeah, personally, I can see a scenario like that playing out. You have these. It's almost like, and I mean, this is probably a horrible example, but you imagine that football team that constantly losing every week, taking L after L after L after L. That's the Taliban, and they've been taking that L for 20 years, and they had to hold back everything that they had for 20 years.
Yes.
What do you do now that they got that W?
Yeah,
they got a W. They picked up a dub this week, and like I said, I'm not trying to minimize it by comparing it to sports, but I'm just doing it, explaining it using something that's relatable to everyone.
Yeah, layman's terms.
Yeah, in layman's terms. But they picked up a major victory, probably their largest victory to date, and you don't know what that's going to do for the psyche of people who were on the fence about joining the Taliban,
right?
Who said like, man, if I can't beat them, maybe I should join them at this point. You don't know about the people who are coming in, the next generation that see this and are inspired by this true form of Islam that the Taliban pushes. All those different things that is going to lead to a change in philosophy for a lot of people there, and you have to be aware, and you have to be nervous about the fallout of that. I don't have a straight answer, but I am nervous that getting that victory is going to influence and inspire people to continue that cause as we move forward.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a spark, and they got their chest out now, so. Well, I guess we'll have to stay tuned. It's really interesting how certain things dominate the news, and this is like dominating the news cycle. Now we got this and Delta variant back and forth. We're gonna toggle back and forth between this.
Right.
And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Any final thoughts, Johnny Dangerous?
Yeah, just in regards to what you guys just said, you both are 100% right. I truly do believe the effects of this. The Taliban will use all the propaganda that they can. These same videos that we see with Afghanis holding on to the aircraft, they'll use that as fuel to recoup, rebuild. They'll use it as propaganda to recruit people, and they force Afghanis to join them. They leave them with no hope. Like, you either join us or you die. They force them to do that, and they'll say, America doesn't care about you. Look what they did, and they'll show a picture of the aircraft taking off with all those Afghanis. They'll use that and say, America turned their back on you. We're your last hope. And then what they'll do if they gain enough power, is they'll try to repeat September 11th again. That's what I believe.
Right. That's what's in the back of everybody's mind, man.
So overall, once again, guys, I'm so glad that we talked about this. I'm so glad that you guys brought it to light and discussed it, because it's one of the most important things that's going on now. It's one of the most important things that's going to affect the future going forward. And once again, I want to give a shout out to all the troops, all the vets that have served. Let's just continue to lift America up. Let's lift the United Nations up. Let's lift up the Afghanis, all the civilians, the innocent people that are affected by what's going on right now. Let's lift them up in prayer and keep them in our minds.
Yeah, Jeff, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
No, I mean, Johnny Dangerous really summed it up very well. Let's just continue to lift those folks up in prayer, and just I'm trying to assume the positive and try to be optimistic about this. So more will be revealed, as it always is. So I'm waiting just to see what happens.
Definitely.
Yeah,
man, this is Jump Off Live. This is what we do. We have a show every Wednesday, and we are expanding our content right now to feature videos and content that comes out almost daily at this point. So
yeah, we're hitting y'all from all angles, man. We got interviews, our regular Jump Off Live show, the Anything But interview series, specifically the Jump Off Live show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Running through a relationship series right now. Got reaction videos coming soon. Just, man, really excited to be able to bring a variety of content to your channel. So Jump Off Live is going to be your one-stop shop for YouTube. I'm telling you. All you got to do is search for Jump Off Live. You can get everything you need right there, man. Missing one big part of our crew tonight with that dude named Dave, but he will be on our show later on tonight. So if you are watching this as a recording, of course, but every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, right here on Jump Off Live on YouTube, you'll be able to find us. Also on the Zingo TV app, channel 250. Everywhere you want to Google us, we are there. Just search for Jump Off Live and you can find us. So for Jeff A. Smith, Johnny Dangerous, my name is Jeremy J.D. Dorsey. This has been Jump Off Live, breaking news. Dealing with an unfortunate story. Unfortunate story in Afghanistan right now. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe if you like it. If you like the content. And also, the conversation does not have to end right here. You watching this video are a part of Team Jump Off. Get in those comments down there and let us know how you feel.
Most definitely.
Much love, everybody.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.